Kim Kardashian is being sued over another stupid mistake that she's made, and now everyone questions whether she'll ever become a lawyer.
Whoever's running Kim Kardashian's socials just needs to do a better job, because this should not be a mix-up that ever happens.
On top of Kim's negligence, we learn the real reason why North West was able to star in The Lion King, and it wasn't due to her talents. Taylor Swift is so mad at Blake Lively. Taylor hates feeling used, and Blake has been using Taylor's name for years to get what she wants. In other news, Rihanna is relieved her husband A$AP Rocky isn't going to prison for 24 years. Drake Bell has words for celebrities who did not protect him, and Liam Payne's best friend wants an apology. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Let's Get Into It podcast. Let's get into Kim Kardashian. Now, Kim Kardashian is now being sued by a man who she thought was going to be dead soon. Now, I know this sounds really cryptic, but it's just Kim Kardashian doing dumb stuff like the Kardashians do. Now, we all know that Kim wants to be a lawyer. She's advocating for people who are imprisoned. And honestly, I actually really respect her for that, because there are too many people locked up for the wrong reasons. But she's currently being sued by this man named Ivan, a project manager from New York who Kim identified as a man awaiting the death penalty in Texas. Now, the death penalty isn't anything to mess with. I mean, I would be so scared impending death while locked up in a cage. It sounds terrible, but if you don't do the crime, you don't do the time. And a lot of states have gotten rid of the death penalty. And lucky for Ivan, he lives in New York. I'm pretty sure they don't have the death penalty there. But this other guy, Ivan, with the same name, who is currently in Texas, I guess they look alike. Kim decided to share this picture over here, this black and white photo of Ivan, who is a project manager. And honestly, he looks healthy, happy, minding his own business. While this other Ivan, they do have similar eyes. I do see some similarities, but not that many. Comment below what you guys think.
This is such an insane story, but basically Kim Kardashian or someone on her team posted a photo on her Instagram story raising awareness for a man on death row, except they used the wrong picture, and it's just some guy who's a project manager in New York City instead of the actual inmate. Imagine seeing a distant friend on Kim Kardashian's Instagram story urging to sign a petition to stop this person from getting executed, and it's your distant friend. And whoever is running Kim Kardashian's socials just needs to do a better job, because this should not be a mix-up that ever happens.
If you've ever bought something from your favorite brand and had an easy, seamless checkout experience, chances are they're using Shopify. Shopify isn't just a selling platform, it's the #1 checkout system in the world, making it easy for businesses to scale and sell across websites, stores, and even social media. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. I would be suing Kim too, because not only are you using my photo for another person who's on death row, but then my name and my reputation is now tied to whatever this man is locked up for. And it must be pretty bad if they're going to unalive him. So she posted the wrong photo of Ivan on her social media in February 2024 when she was trying to bring awareness to the case. I mean, if she was trying to bring awareness, you think she would do her due diligence. I think, and honestly, I appreciate the prison reform work, but I think she was trying to use him for clout. And Ivan says the mix-up subjected him to public embarrassment, shame, hatred, ridicule, disgrace, contempt, and aversion. Oh, God. Sounds like everyone kicked him out of their lives. I mean, at that point, Ivan, everyone's kicking you out of their lives. I mean, you need to get some better friends, because, I can understand the first impression is a little bit awkward, but it was a mishap. Granted, I do think that he is entitled to some compensation for some serious emotional damage. And we all know that Kim Kardashian has the money to go and pay off Ivan so he could go take maybe a nice little vacation. I think, a nice vacation to Hawaii. My recommendation, and actually, don't go to Hawaii. Too many people go to Hawaii. We need to leave them alone. Go somewhere else. Maybe go to Florida. Florida. He says that Kim's post about him made him lose sleep, get headaches, have nightmares, and experience PTSD. It hurt his reputation and made him have to seek medical care and emotional counseling. This comment reads, innocent mistake, keep it moving. If he loses, hopefully she countersues him for attorney fees. Another person writes, to be fair, they do look alike, just one of them has googly eyes. Another comment reads, if I had the opportunity to sue a Kardashian, I'm gonna do it. I don't even blame him. Now, when it first all went down, Ivan blasted Kim, saying some idiot who runs her social media accounts used his picture instead of the inmate. Kim took down the post in question, but Ivan says the damage was already done because she has hundreds of millions of followers and he's going after her for some money. Kim's lawyer, Michael, says it was a simple mistake of using a public photo of another man with the same name to promote Kim's commitment to criminal justice. We'd prefer to solve this without litigation, but of course, we will defend Kim as needed. So it sounds like they're happy to pay up as well. And honestly, Kim has, like I said, a lot of money, so she probably could easily pay off this guy to just go and get over the social media post. I mean, I don't know what has happened in his personal life. I can't imagine it destroying my life, but I also, again, haven't been in his position. Either way, I know Kanye West is so annoyed to see that Kim is now doing a deal with Nike, especially after he had a huge fallout with Adidas. Nike is in a slump, sales are down, and its stock has lost more than a quarter of its value over the past year, and they need some help. So here comes Kim Kardashian, introducing Nike Skims. They claim that this line will disrupt the global fitness and activewear industry with the best-in-class innovation. So I guess everyone at the gym now is going to have all their butts all pushed up and hanging up there and their boobies all pushed out. And how are you going to even work out in this stuff?
Kim Kardashian is partnering with Nike to launch a new brand called, you'll never guess it, Nike Skims, that will launch apparel, footwear, and accessories that will be available this spring online and in a select few stores. This is one of the best things that could happen to Nike, a company that's seen its stock plummet almost a quarter over the last year.
And people are looking forward to this collab in the comments. This comment reads, this is about to be the best Skims collab of all time. Another person comments, Kimberly in her bag, Kardashian. And another person adds, oh, this will hurt their bank account. But there are people who are disappointed in this collab. One person commented, I like Nike so much, this is disappointing. Liz comments, no, Nike, don't do it. And then finally, this person writes, gutted by this, would have preferred to have just seen collaborations with athletes or even just someone less problematic. Now, I didn't go to business school, so I don't understand the logistics of it, but Nike has, I believe, 3 brands total: Nike, Converse, and Michael Jordan. So this will now be their 4th brand, which will, I guess, be standing with Kim for time to come. Kind of, again, like imagine the Yeezy collaboration with Adidas. He was under Adidas, but had his own collection that lasted for a very long time until they all got locked up in a warehouse because he became a Nazi. I
don't think you understand the implications of the Nike Skims deal. So Nike Inc. consists of just 3 brands: Nike, Jordan, and Converse. So the new brand between Nike and Skims, Nike Skims, will be their 4th brand. Notably, LeBron James doesn't even have his own brand at Nike. He has a lifetime deal and a 750,000 square foot innovation center, but he doesn't have his own brand. Here's the thing, Skims didn't even ask for this. Skims came and said, let's do a product line together. Nike was like, oh, let's do something even bigger. We'll give you all your own brand within Nike Inc.
If you've ever bought something from your favorite brand and had an easy, seamless checkout experience, chances are they're using Shopify. Shopify isn't just a selling platform, it's the #1 checkout system in the world, making it easy for businesses to scale and sell across websites, stores, and even social media. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. Let's get into Blake Lively. I just know Taylor Swift is so upset with Blake Lively because now she's being dragged into everything. Taylor Swift might be more involved in the creative process for It Ends With Us than people around her claim, or so the internet says. A bunch of clips from the film's 2024 promotion are making the rounds online, and it proves that Taylor Swift was heavily involved. One clip includes Justin Baldoni gushing about how Taylor gave the thumbs up to his casting of Isabella Ferrer, who plays young Lily Bloom. Now here's the clip that is going viral. Taylor Swift caught in a huge lie. She said she has no part in the casting of the actress for It Ends With Us, but Justin Baldoni has the receipts. They write, bless his heart, he was trying to be positive while they were destroying his life behind the scenes. Here's that clip.
Did Taylor Swift forget that we have receipts? Watch these videos.
I found Isabella. Our wonderful casting director sent me her tape. Just the resemblance. She is a phenomenal actress. And this was her first film.
She told me Taylor Swift helped her get the role, like signed off on her audition.
I had brought in, I was casting, and I had actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor, and they were both like, "Yes, her." And that's a true story.
And how did you get Taylor to so graciously lend this song that's so pivotal to this movie?
I had nothing to do with it. I mean, this is all Blake. Like I said, Blake was involved in all aspects of this production, and she is also a marketing genius.
Taylor may have had some influence in getting
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world.
So everyone involved with It Ends With Us understands that Taylor was involved because Blake was using her dragons. Remember, she was Khaleesi and Taylor was one of her dragons she was using to control everything. DMZ broke the story that Taylor was pissed that Blake dragged her into It Ends With Us drama, with sources telling us that she never took sides in their script dispute and also denying some other key claims, which honestly, Taylor, I kind of believe Justin on this one. While Blake thinks her friendship is fine with Taylor, Taylor's not thrilled, especially after learning that Blake was name dropping her all over town. And it is embarrassing, especially just going around and bragging that you're friends with Taylor Swift. I mean, that is cringe alone. But then trying to use her power to then make yourself seem like you're right is even worse. And she recently filed an amendment towards her complaint with Justin. Now, what Blake is doing right now is trying to gather all of her resources so that she can go and win this case, which includes bringing in other victims of Justin Baldoni's who claim that they were uncomfortable by this man. This report writes that 2 other women feel uncomfortable on the set of It Ends With Us, and both are willing to testify against Justin at trial. In the 141-page document, Blake says she was not alone in complaining about Justin and raising concerns about his behavior back in 2023. Now, Blake says that Justin has acknowledged the complaints in writing at the time, which runs contrary to his narrative that he has invented. Blake says that Justin knew that other women other than Blake were uncomfortable and had complained about his behavior. Blake also claims the women, who are unnamed in the complaint, gave her permission to share the substance of their communications and that they will testify. Blake claims another female cast member reported her concerns to Sony's Ange, a producer on the film, after Blake had already aired her grievances. So after Blake went and complained, another cast member went and complained on record. I find it interesting that she notes that this cast member went to Sony after Blake had initially complained. It's like kind of like if Blake did want to go and build this problem, maybe she, theoretically, could go and convince someone else to go and do the same thing that she had just done. Blake says the female cast member had strong reservations about coming forward, but she did anyways because she felt the movie was suffering as a result of Justin's behavior. Blake says that Justin wrote an email to the female cast member and that he was aware of her concerns and that adjustments would be made, but the studio took no actions to investigate his conduct. Blake says the same cast member even expressed concerns to her about the conditions of set, saying it was really hard to speak with Justin. Blake goes on to say that the female cast member confided to her that she felt uneasy on set, and her concerns were also documented in writing nearly a year before editing on the film had started. On top of all of this, Blake's attorneys have also added a defamation claim to the complaint, saying that Brian Friedman, Justin's attorney, is making inflammatory content to media outlets while saying anything, whether true or false, that will harm Blake Lively's credibility and intimidate others from speaking up on her behalf. Brian Friedman is a very intense lawyer, and he has been doing a lot of press. I think it's interesting they're adding defamation, but I'm not that surprised. And it's definitely not the first time that Brian Friedman has been sued for defamation, so I have a feeling he's going to be able to handle it. Let's get into Liam Payne. Now, a few weeks ago, we did a deep dive on Liam Payne's death and the people who are responsible. If you have not seen that podcast, definitely go and check it out. So it seems like Roger, this sketchy guy named Roger, who was friends with Liam Payne, is now off the hook because he was being charged with manslaughter in Argentina. Wednesday, the judges dropped the manslaughter charges against Roger and 2 other hotel workers after the court ruled there was nothing the trio could have done to save Liam. Roger, of course, was so relieved, telling TMZ he's happy, this is finally over. And just to remind you guys, Roger was a constant in Liam's life. He had communication with Liam's father. He was there day to day. He was there several times the day that Liam jumped off of that balcony or fell off the balcony.
Charges against Liam Payne's friend and 2 hotel workers have been dropped. Rogelio Roger Norres and 2 staff members at the hotel in Buenos Aires, when the One Direction star fell to his death on October 16th, had been charged with manslaughter. But appeal court judges have now cleared all 3 and reversed the earlier decision to charge them. The pair, accused of selling Liam cocaine before his fall from the Casa Sur Palermo hotel, will remain in prison after being told they still face prosecution and probable trial.
The judge says that Roger had no role in Liam obtaining and consuming alcohol and could not have stopped Liam's fall from the balcony. The judge also says that Roger could have possibly prevented Liam from buying drugs and alcohol that made him intoxicated if he had stayed with the singer at the time. So saying that, Roger, you probably could have saved your friend, but we can't put blame on you for this. But the judge did note that even if Roger had taken those extreme precautions, Liam would have gotten his hands on substances anyways because he is addicted. The judge went on to say they found no proof that the 2 hotel workers acted in thoughtless or reckless or merely negligent behavior before Liam died. So everyone is getting their hands wiped clean of his death. I mean, it seems like there's no one who's being held accountable. And maybe there's no one who is accountable because it's years of trauma of him being in One Direction, him being famous, him using substances that led to his demise. There is some extra drama going on though, especially between Roger and Liam Payne's father, Jeff. Now, before we even get into this, I can't stand how Jeff is spelled. Sorry, shout out to all the Jeffs out there, the Geoffs. I just want to say Geoff. But yes, his name is Jeff, and Roger and him got into it. Actually, I believe Roger sued Jeff for defamation because Jeff was pretty much blaming Roger for Liam's death. Roger appeared on TMZ Live saying that even though Liam's dad is the reason why he faced charges in Argentina, he's holding no grudges. But for that defamation lawsuit to go away, Jeff needs to show some real remorse. Roger tries to understand Jeff's actions, acknowledging to us that there's no greater loss than losing a child and how that feeling of responsibility could drive someone to blame others even when they don't have all the facts.
Like, you may have gone too far, so maybe it's better to just settle everything, wrap up like the whole thing and just go, you know what? Like, maybe I shouldn't have said something and I'm sorry and that's it.
You're suing him for Liam's dad for defamation.
Keep in mind that Roger has a lot of money. He comes from like a tech millionaire, billionaire background. So if he's going to sue Jeff, he's going to sue him hard with the most expensive lawyers that money can buy.
Sounds like what you're saying is, give me an apology and it goes away.
100%. They know that. And that was my position from day one.
Roger shares that he attempts to reach out to Jeff, emphasizing that he's not seeking money, just trying to tie up loose ends so he could finally put this chapter behind him. He also discusses the grief he's been carrying, admitting that amid the legal chaos, he's never fully processed Liam's death, but now the charges against him have been dropped. He's ready to finally confront the loss, which is really heartbreaking. I mean, my condolences go out to everyone, including his girlfriend, who we haven't really heard much from. I have a feeling we will hear her speak someday, but she's probably still healing and figuring out what her life is like now after Liam's gone. Let's get into Northwest. Now, I know we already talked about the Kardashians, but I want to briefly bring up Northwest. So the Kardashians have come out with a new season, and during one of the episodes, North was featured in The Lion King as Simba, which a lot of people were questioning because we haven't really seen too much talent from that department. Kim told the cameras that she already knew what was coming, that she's not Whitney Houston, duh. Not Kimberly shading her own daughter before she goes on stage saying, my daughter's not Whitney Houston, so she's ready for the feedback.
I'm so happy I'm doing this. I already know what's coming, that she's not Whitney Houston. Duh. So she got the job because of her parents. North is the moment. They want to see Northwest on a TikTok, on a this, on anything, because she's a personality, a performer. And if anyone wants to hate on a child that is having the time of their lives, you.
At least Kim recognizes that North did in fact get the job because of her parents. I don't think North is really the moment right now. She's still a child. Let's not put that on her. While North's performance of I Just Can't Wait to Be King did get some pushback on social media, with users arguing the performance wasn't up to the caliber of other Broadway stars, Kim felt nothing but pride. Of course she did. I hate the outfit too because everyone else has a nice outfit and her lion outfit looks like a Walmart like PJs. I heard that she didn't do much of the rehearsing either. You could tell everyone else is dancing around. She's like, where do I go? Wow. Kim said it was such a proud mom moment to see her child have so much fun and not be nervous at all. She's so proud of herself. She did a great job. Anyone that's hating on a kid is just a hater. She's not there to be Mariah Carey. I love how she keeps name dropping like really like professional singers. Like, okay, yeah, we understand. She's also a child. Let's get into Drake Bell. Now you guys know we have a long history with Drake Bell on the main channel, which is, interesting. I've had my own discussions with him before. Drake Bell is furious with Hollywood for keeping the doors wide open on those who defend abusers, calling out actor Taran Killam as a prime example. It looks like, we all know Drake's story about what happened at Nickelodeon with Brian Peck. It was disgusting. We first exposed it on my YouTube channel back in 2023 before anything had come out. Maybe it was 2022. I think maybe this guy, this actor, Taran, is one of those who wrote a letter in support of the man who touched and harmed Drake Bell, which is why he posted this photo read a letter defending an abuser, and Hollywood will always hire you. As we reported, it looks like he and several other A-listers vouched for Brian Peck during his 2004 sentencing, asking for leniency on his sentence to go to prison for harming a 14-year-old Drake. That is disgusting. Even though Drake has his own problems, my heart goes out to him because it takes a lifetime to heal from that.
Has anyone reached out to you to say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have written that letter?
I've had a couple of people reach out. Will Friedle, Ryder Strong, I had really long, in-depth conversations with them. And I, it's interesting. I didn't know if I wanted anyone to reach out to me.
So what was it like when they reached out?
It felt really nice. I was really taken aback by the feeling that I got because I didn't know how I was going to react.
Brian Peck was sentenced to 16 months behind bars and required to register as an offender. Yet that did not stop Disney from later on hiring him to work on the show Sweet Life and Zack and Cody, which I'm being so serious, guys. Like, can you imagine? Like, how does the offender get hired at a kids television show? I mean, damn, we need a deep dive into the Sprouse twins, huh? I wonder what they had gone through. Let's get into Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Now, I just know Rihanna is too happy that her man A$AP Rocky is walking away not guilty. A$AP Rocky had been officially found not guilty on 2 felony counts of assault with firearm, and it looks like everyone in the courtroom was surprised. I mean, I was surprised too because he rejected a plea deal. He could have gone to prison for I believe over 15 years, so we would have never gotten that album from Rihanna. Let's take a look at that moment where he jumps into Rihanna's arms, his mother's arms, out of relief that he's not going to jail.
The defendant, Raheem Mayers, not guilty.
Honestly, it's really sweet when you see someone just so joyful. I don't know if he committed the crime, but it seems like he didn't because he seems so relieved from that. Rocky said, "We want to thank God first. You know what I'm saying? I really want to thank the jury for making the right decision. I'm just so thankful. This is crazy right now." It's interesting he's so surprised because if he's innocent and I guess he was dragged into this courtroom for so long, but I feel like, oh, you're really surprised for someone who knew you did not commit the crime. And it seems like both A$AP Rocky and Rihanna owe their defense attorney a lot. I mean, let's be honest, he must have worked some real magic if they are over here telling him that they promised to name their next baby after him. Now, this guy's name is Joe, and he revealed that A$AP Rocky and Rihanna are forever grateful. Quote, Rihanna and Rocky said to me in the courtroom yesterday, they grabbed me and said, listen, our next baby is going to be A$AP Joe. Joe also said that Rihanna brought their children to the court not to sway the jury. He said, listen, he has a family. It wasn't a secret to the jury. Rihanna was there almost every single day, but it's helpful for them to see it. This is the family he's going to be away from if they were to lock him up. In November 2021, A$AP Rocky was accused of firing shots at his friend Relly. He claimed his hand was grazed by the bullet, and that's what took Rocky all the way to the courtroom, and he was facing up to 24 years, which interesting because I feel like people are harmed. I mean, Drake Bell was harmed for years by that guy, and that guy got 16 months in prison, but Rocky's friend his hand got grazed by a bullet, and he gets 24 years. I mean, that seems like BS. And it's the same courtroom down at the Stanley Mosque courthouse, so really sick, the type of situations that come out of there, from Free Britney to the Drake Bell thing. A$AP Rocky, I mean, he got lucked out, but a lot of people are taking advantage of there. Let's get into Maury. Now, honestly, I did not anticipate talking about Maury here, but Maury wishes Bonnie Blue the best of luck amid pregnancy rumors after the OF model sleeps with over 1,000 men in one day. Wow, I wonder if she's like, is she sore? Maury, who's 86, wishes Bonnie, who's 25, the best of luck. Now, this model slept with a bunch of men in one day, and I'm not shaming anyone for whatever, but what breaks my heart is because this is clearly to go and seek attention. It's not because she wants to do this or has any intimate care for these men. She just literally wants to get the numbers up so that she can go and do a press tour about it. What has the world become?
You've had 1,000 men's inside of you today.
Yeah.
What hurts more, your mouth or your...
Probably done that a little bit. I don't need a wheelchair, like I am fine. Just feels like I've had a heavy day in the bedroom, which is exactly what I've had. I think if it had continued how it did for the first sort of 3-4 hours, I would have struggled.
Let's get a round of applause in the room, people.
Oh my gosh, do you hear all those claps? There's like a whole arena of people clapping in there for her. Well, of course, with a story like this, Maury was called to the scene because there is a chance that this woman is pregnant, which is pretty wild because if you had over 1,000 guys that had slept with you in under 24 hours, I don't know how you would know which one is which. Since Bonnie's wild moment with over 1,000 men this week, she went viral again after posting a photo and caption about her cravings of pickles covered in chocolate sauce and sprinkles. So it looks like, oh God. Can you imagine that baby? Like how, oh God, what if it's twins? That could, at that point, that could be like twins that are two different sperms, like where they're but they got there at the same time. I feel like this would be one of those situations where that could happen. Maury is wishing her the best of luck, claiming that he's sitting this one out as far as trying to figure out the alleged father. He actually made a joke on social media because a lot of people were tagging him that they would need his expertise to figure out such a mystery like this one. This person commented, Maury is 86 years old and still messy as hell. He is goals. Another tweet reads, even Maury knows his limits. This one reads, the Maury show got to come out of retirement for this one. If she is pregnant, I am saying an extra prayer for that baby or several babies that could be within her because they're going to have an interesting life. Hopefully that OnlyFans is worth it. Like hopefully they're paying you enough, girl. Let's get into Cassie. I'm so happy to see that Cassie is on this healing journey. She's now pregnant with her third baby, and I hope Diddy's the last thing on her mind. She has her husband, Alex Fine, who she married back in 2019. Actually, I believe he was introduced to Cassie through Diddy somehow, which makes sense because Diddy had so much control over her. The happy news comes 2 years after trauma, after Cassie filed a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of trafficking the R word and physically harming her, which we've all seen.
Cassie announced this morning that she is expecting her third child with her husband, Alex Fine. But at the same time, my heart literally broke for her because we know in about 3 months, Cassie Ventura is going to have to go and sit on the stand and look Diddy in the face and fight him in that criminal trial. And I just can't help but think all the trauma that she is about to go through in this criminal trial, all the pain, all of the hurt, it's like she's going to be reliving it all over again, and she has to look Diddy right in the face.
We are sending our best well wishes to Cassie and her pregnancy, and any other viewers who are pregnant. Comment below if you want to, but I'm sending you healthy and happy vibes and peace and comfort, because I am a man. I can't imagine being pregnant. So I feel like it's probably kind of like uncomfortable to have all that weight there. So I hope you're all comfortable out there. Let's get into Elon Musk. Elon Musk has so much drama. I mean, at this point, he's going to beat out Nick Cannon if he hasn't already, because he has 13 children. I mean, right now, Nick Cannon has a total of 12 children between 6 different women, and Elon has 13 children between 4 different women. It looks like Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, has been doing some podcasting, and in a tell-all interview, he made some claims about his son. This comes after just days before a right-wing influencer, Ashley St. Clair, claimed that she's the mother of his 13th child, which do you guys know who Ashley is? Shout out to Ashley St. Clair. Ashley said the baby is now 5 months old and felt pressured to reveal her identity after the press allegedly had been intruding on her life. Elon has yet to confirm that he's the father, but I would trust Ashley. Again, I don't know much about her like career-wise. I do know that she is a fan of the channel. I mean, who isn't a fan of the channel? You know what I'm just kidding. Do you guys like the sweatshirt though? Sloan, let's get into it. Coming soon. Yeah, but who isn't a fan of the channel? So what do you guys think of Ashley? Comment below. But I mean, having his like baby, that is some job security, right? But I found this interview that Elon Musk's father did fascinating, because it's so weird when these like immediate family members come out of the woodworks and start talking. And here's what he had to say.
Do you think Elon is a good dad?
No, he hasn't been a good dad. The first child was too much with nannies and died in the care of a nanny. Now, what I'm saying, if Elon hears this, he's going to shoot me or something. But anyway, that's what I think. That's no good. They were too rich, too many nannies. Then he had 5 children with the same woman, 5 sons, all brought up. Each one had its own nanny. You followed me?
Mm-hmm.
When they got divorced, the nannies were 6 on this side and 6 on that side. So it was really a weird situation.
Just never really spent time with kids, hey?
No.
It is interesting because Elon is so about the nuclear family and things like that, but he's not even really raising most of his children. Just the select few that he likes. And I wonder if Ashley's child is going to be one of them. If like Ashley's going to be ghosted by him, or if he's going to be in this child's life. Ashley's made it clear that she's not in on it for Elon's cash and isn't looking to start any trouble with him. She just wants what's best for their baby. And it may not be just Ashley who Elon is ghosting. This headline reads, Grimes, stop dodging me, Elon. Our child needs urgent medical help. Grimes is taking to X, Elon's social media platform, to get in touch with him, saying that their kids need medical help, but Elon won't call her back. She says, please respond about our child's medical crisis. I'm sorry to do this publicly, but it's no longer acceptable to ignore this situation. This requires immediate attention. If you don't want to talk to me, can you please designate or hire someone that can, so we can move forward on solving this? This is urgent, Elon. I'm not giving any details, but he won't respond to texts or calls or emails, and he has skipped every meeting. Our child will suffer life impairment if he does not respond, so I need him to effing respond, and I have to apply public pressure then. That's where we're at, which, good for you. I would do the same thing if I was in Grimes' position. Like, take it to his workplace and put him on blast so everyone can see how much of a tool he is. It's worth noting that Elon and Grimes have 3 children together, one of which tends to be with him all the time. He brought him into the White House, so I don't know why he chose this one out of the 3 they've had to favor. Of course, Azealia Banks, one of Grimes's longtime feuds, has chimed in, replying to a tweet that reads, I heard he has a botched penis implant. Now, this is so messy. I just can't even wrap my mind around it, but I want to hear what you guys think of this week's Let's Get Into It podcast. Did you enjoy the hot topics? Are you excited for next week? What do we think of this merch? I'm so excited to launch it. Let's get into it. We got a little like emblem on the side. Why can't I show it? A little S emblem. Cute, right? I love it. I told you guys I was going to spend time on something I would actually wear, and this is chef's kiss. So thank you guys all so much for supporting the podcast. Let me know what you guys think of the format, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.